Go live. Okay, we're live.
Welcome to episode 14 of the Saints podcast. I'm Matty. I'm with my brothers, Elijah, Julian. Boys,
Yo.
How are you, brother?
What's happening?
Oh, far out. It's been a week since that loss, but I still can't get over it.
I don't even want to talk about it, but we have to.
We have to talk about it. But let me say, boys, I wasn't here last week. I had a bit of a break, but do you know who else had a break last week? The Dragons. What the fuck was that? What was that? I'm pretty sure I was looking at the clock. It was at 7:50 kickoff Thursday. I'm in the cold. I'm watching it. I'm thinking, all right, let's go. And then, I just had 80 minutes of football that I can't go back now. You know, it happened. Man, it was disgusting.
Yeah, it was. But I had a feeling we would lose. Like, I feel like that's with every game. But the way we lost against, I know we were under strength, but against the Rabbitohs, considering how bad they've been overall this year, and the fact that we lost 40-0 to them, did not score a try, didn't even look like scoring. The only time we looked like scoring, it should have been a sin bin, but the refs didn't do it. Just really poor, like down to one thing which I was so proud of for the Dragons in past weeks, and that was our discipline. I felt like that went out the window that game.
Yeah,
everything we worked on just went completely out the window. Aguero is back. Actually said last week we were easier to go through than Bonnie Blue. Oh, okay.
This Aguero guy, like,
I love this. Oh, Aguero, join the
Well, I've got something here for Mr. Aguero. It's actually is an Aguero thing from his career, so it's pretty cool. But
it's literally like, honestly, as a supporter, I'm embarrassed.
No, that was. You know how hard it is to go to school the next day from a loss that bad when your mates are Rabbitohs fan. It was not.
I went to work the next day, and my boss is a Rabbitohs supporter, and I just copped it all day. First thing, I didn't even say hey or good morning. It was glory. So
if you would have told me, I don't know. The fact that the first game we played against them, we should have won, and then this game was like the complete opposite. Like, we didn't even look like winning at any point. It was shocking. I can't lie. It was so disappointing.
Well, guys, like I said, I was at the game. I watched it. I was there to the end, and I'll be honest with you, it was just ugly. It was ugly. Look, I know that everyone can use the excuse in certain games about injuries, but they also had their injuries. So what was our excuse? I don't know what I was watching, but it was absolutely disgusting. And do you know the one thing, I said this before, I'm like, if we had lost to a stronger team, I can understand that. I'll be like, all right, 40-0. But look, we've been in the fight for most of the games, and we've said it every week. It's like, majority of the games it's been less than 12 points, or like maybe even sometimes less than 8 points. There's only been 2 blowout games. It was the Roosters and then the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Then this one just came around, and I was just thinking, man, what was that? Like, it was like there was no effort. I don't know if they felt deflated because of the Warriors loss, and then therefore, their finals were out. But I understand you're not really playing for something, but it's actually pride and dignity, and they had nothing. It wasn't there.
Yeah, it was. It was so deflating to see a team that I've defended. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Our defense all year has been genuinely solid. Like, it has been solid. Our attack has been fantastic. That game, our attack looked like the Knights of like 2015 to 2017, where they like put 10 points per game, and then our defense looked like I don't know.
I thought I was watching glimpses of the 2023 Dragons. I thought I didn't
I
know what I
Oh,
saw.
I
honestly.
honestly think this is the most disappoint.
It was
I don't want to say
humiliating.
injuries,
Humiliating
but
word to use.
yeah, but considering, I feel like all of our expectations. I even in the trials, bro. I thought, bro, we're making the 8 this year. I was
Yeah, like
genuinely convinced.
they were on fire
And
against
of
the
course, injuries
Rabbitohs.
has to play a deal, but our lack of finishing games
Mm.
is a problem. Considering how many close losses we've had, and the fact that I love Val. Val's one of my favorite players, but the
Mhm.
fact that he missed so many key opportunities to win us games, if that's field goals, if that's goal kicks, I just feel like we're off the mark this year as a whole. But I think next year, bringing Kerr, bringing Atkinson, I still need to see a few more signings. If that's Chevy Stewart, if that's,
Mhm.
I don't know. I want to see us make the, and obviously I'm going to get clowned by lots of fans by saying like, oh, we want to win a premiership. You guys just want to make the 8. But that honestly, that's all we want. We
That's
haven't
all we
made the
Yeah.
8 since 2018.
I think
That's
we're a very realistic fan base. I think honestly,
exactly.
like, look, a premiership would be great, and I'm saying that as I look at the 2010 frame ahead of me, and Jules got one behind him. But yeah, look, I think for us, I think it's just a matter of get to the finals, and we want to see consistency for a few years. I think, like, for example, the Bulldogs. I think a lot of question marks with them. They were like, okay, they did well last year. Can they back it up? Because there's this thing in the NRL, it's called second year syndrome, where they do really well. They have a hyped up season. It's great. Got kind of like the Warriors, right? They
Yeah,
had
like
that
2020
2023
Warriors,
season.
23.
Yeah, like they were like up the wires, everything. Like everyone's so excited about the Warriors, and then what did they do the year after? Nothing.
Yeah, trash.
Now they're back to being good again. So it's like
Yeah.
you want consistency from your club, and I think the thing that scares me the most as a Dragons fan is if we make the finals next year, are we going to make the finals again and again and again, or are we just going to be, oh yeah, look, great year, and then because it's just it's so bad. And look, there's something I'll talk about a bit later, but yeah, I think we need to just get this
100%,
Dragons game out of the way and just talk about that.
Yeah.
I honestly, I remember a few years ago, the Titans in 2019 they won the spoon. 2020 they were bad, and then 2021 out of nowhere they made the finals.
Yeah,
And then you saw 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. They just went bad. I don't want that to happen to us.
yeah,
I want to be a team that is made I just want us to. I know this is very obvious to say, but I just want us to be successful again. I want us to be a consistent top 8 team, a contender, to prove that we're not just a one season wonder like the Warriors or the Cowboys in 2022. The next season,
yeah. Like you look at
That's
teams
what
like for example, our biggest rival, the Sharks, right? Like their fans are pissed off at the fact that they make the 8 every year, but then they go nowhere in the finals. But if you ask me, and even like Parramatta was like that a few years ago, but if you ask me as a Dragons fan, through all the shit we've been through, to make the 8, I'll take that any day. If we make the 8 for the next few years, but don't get a premiership or don't go too deep into the finals, then I'm not necessarily that disappointed because it's like that many years of shit. But then you expect that, like, if we went to the finals 3 years in a row, that you'd think that fourth year, like, all right, come on, boys, we've got good young juniors that have now got plenty of experience. Surely we can get something done, win a comp. Then you start looking at winning a comp.
Yeah, it was it's. I just feel like the Dragons have just missed the mark, as I said this year. But I feel like
Even
I
last
look
year.
back. I look back at 2018. And I know it's easy to go back there, but I will never forget the start of the season where we started 6-0. And I remember my year 5 self. I would genuinely thought, well, like we're actually a good team. Like I was scammed, bro. I was scammed. I thought, bro, I don't remember 2010, but like I was like, wow, this is what 2010 felt. I was so confident. That year itself, we choked. Let
Halfway
alone,
through the year, I think a lot of us were thinking, should we buy grand final tickets?
I tell you what, this is not off topic, but I remember halfway during that season, we were sitting at first. I always remind my dad of this. Shout out my dad. I'll tell him that I talked about him on the pod. I'll never forget. He actually bought grand final tickets. And my dad, I kid you not, when I tell you, Matty, my dad is like the most realistic Dragons fan. When we're winning by 20 with 5 minutes to go, it was like he has like PTSD from that 1999 grand final. He was like a grown adult when that happened.
My dad was at that grand final. He actually
Mine
sat.
too.
He sat underneath the post. Do you know when Nathan Blacklock scored under the
Yeah.
post? He was
Yeah.
there, and he thought that was the year. He goes, "What, mate? I've waited 20 years. We won the comp." And then,
Oh,
Yeah, and my dad is a very he's not delusional. Like he's the most probably least delusional like fan. He is like a Dragons hater. Like he loves the Dragons always hard, but he's very realistic. He knows how.
yeah, he'll go all out with his stuff.
we copped the title as fans as we're Dragons tragics because
Yeah.
we sometimes hate how much we love this club.
Yeah. And he bought grand final tickets, and whenever I bring it up, he plays it off. It was like, oh, we're just gonna go to the grand final anyway. But how convenient how we bought grand final tickets when we were first on the ladder. Then I kid you not, I think after they bought grand final tickets, we won like 2 games out of the next like 8 or something like that. Like it was just that. But that season was, I don't know, and I just feel like that back end of that season kind of foreshadowed the next 7-8 years. The fact that in 2019 we came second last, 2020 terrible, 2021 we'll look like we'll make the A, and then what happened? The barbecue happened. 2022
again looked like we were making the A, did nothing. 2023 was probably our worst season.
2024 looked like we're making the A, and
then Stephen Crichton decided to put his fucking nose in Flanagan's mouth, a piece of shit.
And then 2025, this is what happened. It was I miss Gareth Widdop, I can't lie.
I do miss that team, man. That was a hell of a team.
Like the thing about that forwards that we had, the forward pack that we had.
Even a full season of Dufty was just he was killer. I'll still never forget when he scored that winning try against Para.
My God. Oh, no. That season was crazy. But boys, I think we have to move on.
Yeah.
I just think overall it's a really crap game.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off with this one.
Move on to this week.
Boys, actually, hopefully I'll see you boys there actually at the game.
Yeah, I should be at the game. I know. Look, you'd think why should you go, but I think we just need to go and give them the support and be like, listen, boys, there wasn't a lot of Dragons fans there last week because it was Thursday, it was raining and cold, but we should have some good weather. Their last game at Cogra, JDB's last game at Cogra. Send that man off on put him on your shoulders and just walk him under the tunnel. I
can't lie. I might get emotional that day when I go to the game. Even if we lose or win, I think I'm genuinely gonna be.
He deserves a standing applause, and I think it's great that he's back this week. Far out, we missed him last week.
I hope he does. Yeah, like next week. I know this week Saturday is gonna hit different, but his actual last game next week, it's gonna just.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be right.
There's gonna be tears.
Team list for the Dragons: Clint Gutherson at fullback. Actually, before I say something, I want to stop at that name, Clint Gutherson. I love you, brother. Genuinely, I love you, Gutherson. But when are we gonna start talking about him and how disappointing he's been for the last couple? I know he's had he had amazing performance against the Sharks, against Raiders was solid. But I think overall, and I think you boys can agree with me, he's been quite, in terms of defense, shocking. In terms of some decision-making in attack, I just think Gutherson, he's starting to show his age, I think. Boys, what's happening with Gutherson recently?
He started off really well, and then, the Roosters game, the Dolphins game, I don't know, he has his really good moments. And then the games where we lose, it's just you just look back and you're just like, fuck.
We hate on Sloane's defense a lot, but I can obviously Gutherson has made some great defensive plays. One that stands out off the top of my head, that one against Payne Haas, that game-winning try saver. But
And then
do we
Nuatalo
really,
against the Sharks. That was a great.
do we really gain that much defensive, ability when Gutherson rather than Sloan goes to fullback? Like, are we really increasing our defense that much? Like in the I feel like Sloan. I feel like it's. I don't know. I feel like Gutherson's defense has been pretty shocking.
Yeah, he is showing his age that sense defensively. But overall, I don't really think we can fault on him, and I don't think he was really much to blame for that game against Souths. I just thought, look, I know a lot of people were like, oh, Munro outdid him, but at the end of the day, this young Munro's what, 10, 12 years younger than him.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, it's like, and that's another thing too. It's a one-on-one situation in that moment, and even if there was like players in support, it's like, what's the defense doing? And I know that we're going to mention a few more names as it comes along, but there's just some players there that I just thought to myself, why are you still in the team? Like, what were you doing? I don't understand.
Well, let's go through the team list right now. Gutherson at fullback. On the wings, Christian Tuipulotu and Tyrell Sloan goes back in. Whenever someone says Sloan has been the problem. And this goes back to my rule I made, and I got so much hate for it. And Julian knows when I said we need to start defending Sloan. And like, I don't care if he's not going to say this because he blocked me, like he blocked the podcast. But genuinely, both times when we've dropped him, we've lost by 50 and we lost by 40. So obviously he's not he's not the best player in the comp, but he's not the problem. Our problems go way further than a winger. Like,
you can't just blame a winger. You can't just blame him.
Blame. I'm sorry, Flanagan, but blame your son. I genuinely love Flanagan.
I just think the thing that concerns me the most is that, okay, look, his defense isn't the best. Has it improved slightly? Yes. Yeah. But I just think that for a guy that, it just doesn't make sense to me. He is the top try scorer for our club. Exactly. He averages about 2 tries a game. And we didn't score any points last week. So where's your logic, Shane?
And when like, our backline might be one of the slowest in the NRL probably, and the fact that our wingers consist of Christian Tuipulotu and Corey Allen, which combined have about a 50 pace, come on, like, we need pace, and Sloan is an attacking machine, and I'll tell you what, let's continue because I'll get to a name. Hayden Buchanan and Matt Fina. I thought Matt Fina has been really solid for us.
He's become good. Look, I really feel for young Hayden. I just think, he obviously doesn't have as much experience, but yeah, I just feel like he had a blinder against Cronulla on his debut, and then he's just been exposed the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Liking King Tonga and Cole Flanagan. Now, Same old, but when is there going to be accountability? I did a reel on this again.
Yeah.
I got hate from it. When is there going to be accountability? Lachlan Ilias, 2 tries in 5 minutes and a field goal to cap it off. I genuinely want to know, Shane Flanagan, does he watch reserve grade? When I went to the Magpies versus Dragons game early in the season for reserve grade, he was at that game. So he watches games, but does he watch the game and it's like, oh my gosh, Lachlan Ilias did something good. Oh my gosh, I can't say. Oh, I don't want to say. Oh,
I'm convinced, especially because we're Marvel fans, I'm convinced that the multiverse exists and that he lives in a multiverse where his son is the GOAT and Corey Allen is the greatest winger of all time.
100%. Different reality.
I don't know what game he watches, but it's clearly not the same game we watch. And look, he has a hard job to do, that he has to select these players, but he doesn't listen to fans. And it's disappointing.
He likes to have a little chat on Instagram too. Seen so many different screenshots of people saying stuff to him and him responding. I'm pretty sure, I've said this early in the podcast, he's like the only coach that has social media and response to fans. Like, that's not it. It's not a good look on the club at all. If anything, he needs to delete it and focus on the team, especially next year.
Yeah, and look, just back to our halves again. Kicking game just not there. Honestly, last week the first 15, 16 minutes had to be the most boring piece of football I've ever seen from both teams. Both halves could not kick a ball, bro. Like, honestly, it was that embarrassing.
Ridiculous.
It was just King Tonga. Look, man, he's great. I think he's got potential, but man, you got to work on your defense because he looks like he's scared shitless when someone comes up and he backpedals, and just doesn't make an attempt to tackle.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel so bad for Lockie Ellis because what does he have to do? What does Lockie Ellis have to do to get in this team? Because he's done what he's been asked to. Go to reserve grade, improve your game, and come back up.
Killing it.
He's been killing it. Oh, but Shane Fleming, oh my gosh, my son. I can't leave my son out of my team. Oh my gosh, my son is the best halfback we've got. Oh my god!
But when I saw from Lachlan Ilias, I did see that game. Look, he even kicked a field goal, and I'm thinking why. But again, look, I know that obviously he's tried his best to try and get back into the squad, but in the how many games did he play? 7 for us.
7, something like that.
7, yeah. Why? How many games did we need a field goal to be kicked? Where was he? I don't think he attempted one field goal.
Yeah.
No, watching it live,
the Para game, where was he?
Yeah,
he wasn't there.
I mean, like then we had like Holmes, so maybe I know his job is a halfback, but maybe I'm playing devil's advocate. Maybe he thought like, I'll get like. Maybe I'm not the right person to take a field goal because maybe he knows he'll get slack. But I feel like as a halfback, you should take on that responsibility.
100%. At the end of the day, man, if you're in position, just take a shot. Like, it doesn't. If you miss, you miss. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter. And look at every single time we had an attempt to possibly go for a field goal. The game was tied. It was not like we were losing and we desperately needed to kick it. Like, if you miss it, okay, defend, try and get the ball back, try again. Like, it's not that bad, honestly.
I don't understand. Like, I was watching it live and they were so close and he decides he could have gone for the field goal and he decides to kick it left. I don't understand. Like,
but
like, even the Warriors game. The Warriors game, it was 6 minutes to go and they were getting there every time and just nothing happened. Like,
we lack good game managers. That's all it is. We lack that. It's not even necessarily all about the kicking. It's just about, players, especially when we're in the red zone, and we just got nobody that can really.
And I thought because Val Holmes has done it everywhere. Like, he's done it at the Sharks. He's done it at Cowboys. Like, multiple times. He's won them games because of that. And you'd think we've signed him, and like he'd be a gun like he has been in his past career clubs.
I just think we need to give him another chance because at the end of the
100%.
I think it's true, but to be fair, I think it's too late to put him in here. Like, because I know we want a result, but if you pull Illis out of reserve grade and you put him into this team. We're probably, I don't know, will we be the same with Flanagan in the halves and reserve grade? Like, I don't know. Like,
it's a bit complicated.
I don't know.
We do have a comment here. Mowie's just said, 100% right what Julian said about Ilias. And, he probably should demand a release.
Yeah. I think...
I'm sad. I'm disappointed because Ilias is what we all are. We're all St. George supporters. We grew up watching this club. And this is how the club that you love treats you.
And the fact that you have a genuine feeling of regret on why you signed and I want to leave, and that this is your team that you grew up watching and love. The fact that they treated you like this, and the fact that you're in your first season, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but we've had to we've dealt with so much crap and so many crap plays over the years for years in the first grade team. So the fact that after 7 games. I know he's a halfback, but I can name there's way more than seven games where Flanagan's been not impressive. But we've
Yeah,
got him.
100%.
And same with King Tonga. Like I love LKT, but I don't know. We haven't tried LKT and Flanagan in the halves. To be fair, I mean,
Yeah.
Ilias and LKT.
LKT and Ilias. Yeah,
we haven't tried them.
I think if we're talking about defensively, Ilias is way better than King Tonga. But I don't know.
Would you actually, before I ask the question, do you think Shane's decisions in terms of team list had an impact on the game? Because I think it did. I think starting Little and Cook was a big mistake. Not having
100%. That was a bit,
At first, I thought I was happy about the idea, but then I just think he was gassed. But we got to give credit to Cook, man. 60 tackles was phenomenal. But
we had no spark off the bench, which really cost us.
The bench was just all forwards.
I just think now that. But look, I think he needed some more experience on the field because of the fact that we literally lost Jack DeBellin with the concussion, and he just thought, "That's what I do." Look, honestly, and another person I know he's not going to end up playing this week, but Murdoch Masilla. What, mate? Look, I haven't seen that guy play in like God knows how long, but
last year,
2-3 hit ups, and I'm like, all right, okay.
And then he's not playing this week, so.
No, I know, but like still,
I know.
Didn't he only get only got 20 minutes?
As I said, he took 3 hit ups and it was actually half decent.
I love Shane, and I think he's the man to bring us back to the finals and that. But some of his decisions, I'm really starting to question because, like, I know he's his son, and I don't get it. Like, if I had a son, I'd probably have a little bit of bias. But come on, like, when you're losing games, and the 40-0, you have to like blame it on your half. And the kicking game has just been the same traditional, unconventional, unorthodox kick down the middle. He doesn't find grass on his kicks. Whenever we're in front of this the try line, we're like allergic to doing any grubbers. Like we always have to do a crossfield kick or I don't know.
I feel like the Dragons, when they decide to run it near the try line, if they're not going anywhere, I feel like they just feel the need to surrender, and it's just like keep the play going. Like you worked your ass off to get yourself down there, and I feel like that's actually another thing that annoys me about this club is like I feel like unless we get a penalty or a set restart, which is rare nowadays considering who the hell the referee is, like we just can't even get downfield. How many? I like. Honestly, and every time if the Dragons generally, if they were to receive first, you'll find that whoever gets the ball next, like when they kick it, is going to take a kick in an attacking play, and Dragons are just punting it downfield.
Yeah, I just feel like the Dragons need to lock in this week, and let me finish the team list because we've sidetracked a little bit. Gutherson, Tupelotu, Buchanan, Fine, Sloan, Kintonga, Flanagan. Wait, I don't know what am I up to? Gula, Cook, Clemmer, Halangahu starting. Sua is back. DeBellin's back.
It's good. It's good to see them.
What a forward pack. Halangahu with Sua and DeBellin. Wow.
Last week.
Okay, that's all right. That's
player of the match.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, 100% tackle efficiency, 124 run meters.
Yeah,
it's a gun. Ever since, we've all known about him before he debuted. And bro, he's
Matty, you know what you're gonna say?
You know what scares me? That thing you just showed there. He has now played 3 games of rugby league. He just put every other forward in our team on notice because that is. You know the craziest thing is based on his age, he's actually still technically eligible to go back to SG ball. That's what's crazy. But he's now had he under the circumstances, we thought, look, there's no other choice. Let's just throw him in. Didn't look like we're gonna make finals anyway. Gave this kid a crack. I'm telling you from now, guys, I know that obviously Dylan Egan's coming back next year. Hamish Stewart will be back next year.
I'm so
But I'm
excited for all of them.
trying to say, those boys, you're all on notice with Jacob Hallengargu. I think this this guy deserves a spot in the grade, whether it's
100%.
off the bench or something. He deserves a spot.
I'll tell you what, looking at the bench looks solid. Lelua's been a bit disappointing, but I honestly think he's in for a big game. Jaime Selo, I actually like Jaime if he's not injured, but
he's picked up this year. He's done all right.
And Loco. So it's not bad. I want to ask you guys something, going back to the Ilias thing. I just had this thought. The only way I can say Flanagan, Ilias, and
King
Tonga in the team is if they do King Tonga, Ilias, Little at 9, Cook at 13, and Flanagan on the bench. Is that a small line? Would you not do that? Would you not do that?
It wouldn't work.
I was also thinking.
You could give it a go, but I don't think it'll work.
Yeah.
I was thinking something similar, Elijah. I was thinking,
yeah,
same old King Tonga and Flanagan in the halves.
Yeah.
Jacob Little 9, Damien Cook 13,
14, and Ilias 14,
and then Ilias maybe at 14 or something.
Like. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Flanagan. Give that a go next year in the trials and see how it goes.
Yeah,
I think we should.
Oh, what about Adker?
I don't know about it. But...
What about Adker?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I forgot about it.
So I
feel like they won't. I feel like they will probably won't risk Atkinson. They'll probably have him trying fit for round 1 against the Dogs.
I don't think he hasn't been playing for the Sharks. He got dropped. They swapped him out.
Yeah,
so
I bet you he had a smile on his face watching the Dragons beat the Sharks a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys? I want to ask you something. A question, right?
Yeah.
And we'll go back to Lachlan Ilias for a second. Now, we have a number of players in our team who grew up supporting the Dragons. And it's the same thing also too with other clubs. Like, for example, Jacob Carraz grew up a Doggies supporter, and now he's at the Bulldogs and all that. Do you think another thing that's a problem for Lachlan Ilias, do you think because of the personal, emotional connection he has with the club, being that he was a fan, do you think that obviously builds a lot of pressure on some players? Because I think it may be one of the factors why he wasn't doing so well.
Yeah, but also the fact that we signed him right, but we put him straight into first grade when he literally he was all of last year he was injured. I'm pretty sure
ACL. Yeah, he came off an ACL injury. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I reckon. I don't know if you look at it now, he could have started off in reserve grade and then we bring him in. But look at it, how's it going now? It was the opposite. Started in first grade, dropped to reserve grade, never seen him since. So
yeah,
it's not much.
I think it was crazy when the year started. When we swapped and we put King Tonga, because King Tonga was actually doing all right for the first month or so when he came back into the squad. And then I remember I said to you boys, I said, do you reckon if he started at the start of this year, we would have won those games against Souths and back then I thought maybe that could have been the case. But looking back on it, I just think I don't think that we needed Jesus, man, because I don't think nobody could have done something. We needed Jesus.
We needed Jesus.
I'll tell you what, lads. Off topic, the Bulldogs are winning 4-0, and there's 30 minutes gone by. So Penrith look all right. They're looking like they're maintaining. They're keeping them to a solid foot. I'll tell you what, lads. Let's. Pardon?
4-0, is that it?
Yeah, I know. 30 minutes in.
Bro, the Dogs are getting smacked in the finals.
Oh, I can't wait. Hey, biggest hate motivator. Probably second behind this morning. Matty. I know this is a Dragons podcast, and Julian probably won't know what we're talking about. But to all my Premier League fans out there and all our football fans,
read your messages.
Manchester United losing to I don't know
Grimsby Town.
Grimsby Town is equivalent to the Dragons losing to who's to an SG ball team. Actually, no, who's like a local club, I don't even know.
A team the Cornwall Cougars.
Yeah, like the Gerringong Lions, bro. It's us losing to the Gerringong Lions, but probably even worse. The fact that it's that embarrassing. Apparently, I saw a thing where it's United's net worth for the whole team was like 100 and something million, and then for their one, it was like only like 1 million or something for the whole team.
That's
I
bad.
know.
Yeah.
And they lost, like, I don't know. I'm grateful that the Dragons aren't that bad or that Manchester United, because Manchester United are terrible, Matty.
I'm just reading one of the comments. I love it. I know that they're two different codes. I find the Dragons and Man United in the way they treat their fans, in the way both clubs are. Can I say something? I saw this video, and this relates to the Dragons as well. The Dragons, Man United, they're kind of like McDonald's, iconic. Hang on. Let me say it, and then you can have your laugh. Ready?
Yeah.
They are like McDonald's. They used to be amazing when we were kids. Now they're not as good, and they're run by fucking clowns.
I mean, it's true. It's actually true. But Manny, thank goodness we support better teams. In the Prem. Like obviously, sorry, condolences for your loss this week against the Spurs.
I know. I was ready to give Man United the sword, but anyways, yeah, we.
But
anyways,
no, it's fine. Let's pivot back to the Dragons, lads. This week we come up against Manly. Now Manly coming off the back of a big win against the Dolphins, 58-30. But don't be fooled. They conceded 30 points, and I know they scored 58. But conceding 30 points in any circumstance is not good enough. And I think we can really take advantage of that. And I honestly reckon. Actually, I tell you what, I'm gonna start with Matty. Matty, give me your try score and your score prediction.
This one's hard. Like I've thought about this really hard, obviously because of the fact that, like you said, Manly came off a massive win. We just had the most embarrassing loss of the year.
Yeah,
one of the most embarrassing losses of the year.
I reckon the worst loss of the year. I think in years, actually. I can't think of a Anzac Day last year was pretty bad, but in terms of attack and defense.
Yeah, but at least we scored. That's
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. That Dolphins game was pretty hard to watch.
Yeah, I know, but we even scored in that, and it was against the Dolphins.
We scored, but we felt nothing. Felt like nothing when we scored.
Yeah, I remember against a Rabbitohs team with amount of injuries they have to, it was.
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
Oh, can I? All right, sorry. Before I go into talking about Manly Dragons and my predictions and all that, can we just talk about something? Because we mentioned about the game against South.
Yeah.
I don't like making excuses, but fuck me dead, these referees. What the fuck? I wish I was paid so much money to be fucking stupid, honestly. What the hell? First of all, guys, tell me, every other day of the week, that is a professional foul. He should have been 10 in the bin. And in that time of the game, it was start of the second half. Momentum could have shifted. It could have gone the Dragons' way. Look, I'm not going to say, at the end of the day, we played shit. That's it, isn't it? And then another one. Belinda Sharp.
Oh,
get the fuck off the field, mate! For fuck's sake, she is embarrassing. That was a Tom Brady touchdown beauty to Alex Johnson in the corner. Missed it, and I'm so sick and tired of everything they say. Oh yeah, she's been
was a touchdown.
She's been dropped to some other duties. And I'm thinking, mate, she shouldn't be on the men's game at all. It's embarrassing. But do you know what? Do you know how I knew we were going to lose? Because as soon as I saw who the referee was.
Yeah, it's always like that.
Jared
Sutton is Wayne Bennett's little bitch. He has been his bitch for years. Back from when he was in Brisbane in the early years. He is, oh my gosh. That's how I knew we were going to lose. Because he is Wayne Bennett's bitch.
Who do we have on Saturday? Who's our ref? I haven't checked.
We got Adam G, which means that it's actually going to be a good game of football.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying, predictions and shit.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get back to that. Sorry, I just needed to rant about that because far out, it pisses me off.
That's all right, mate.
That's what's got Matty fired up. Brought to you by
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like ridiculous. Like,
Oh my gosh, Matty. Boys, next year, whenever Matty jumps on the pod, we're having our own segment. That's what get Matty fight. That's what get Matty's.
I'm gonna rip
Matty
someone's
fired
head
up.
off. I swear.
That's
We
what
need a
get Matty.
sponsor. We need a good sponsor. And be
Oh,
like,
yeah,
in the off
hey,
season, we need to just try and get people on board.
Yeah, Julian, I know you live in Wollongong. If there's any like small like businesses or something that's willing to collaborate or
Yeah.
something with us, like.
What about you
Yeah.
guys? You're in fucking Sydney. Both of
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I'm
but
just
you're more
what are, you
mentioned.
what are you yelling at me for?
sorry, love you boys.
Oh,
I'm just getting fired up now. I'm getting fired.
We're all
fired up.
fired up, mate.
Yeah, bro.
Mate,
All right,
let's get
Matty,
into us. High blood
Come on,
pressure.
give us with the tip, lad. Come on.
All right. Okay. I think honestly because of our record at Cogra, I think they turned it around. And it's going to be close. It's just I would love nothing more than a 13+ win, but it's not going to be the case.
Please,
We'll take a close Dragons victory. And you know what? Let's do it. Dragons are going to win 20 points to 12.
Yeah.
And I got my try scorers. Let's just make it interesting. I think we'll do former Dragon and former Seagull. So Moneyman Tua Palottu and Jason Saab.
100%. I like it.
Jules.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna go. Obviously, I'm gonna tip the Dragons are winning, boys. Come on.
Yeah.
The Dragons are winning, and I'm gonna say I want them to win by 13+. It's been, I think, since was it the Para game? Or was that? Yeah.
That was our last 13+ win.
Yeah, but that didn't feel like a 13+ win.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been, and then we almost choked, and then thank you, Lomax.
We're due for another 13+ win. Look, we're not playing finals. It is what it is. We can ruin it for other teams such as Manly and even Panthers. So, Dragons are winning 26-12.
Yeah.
26-12.
Give me your try scorers.
Try scorers, as Matty said, since he's come back, he hasn't scored at all. So Tuipulotu, Moneyman, is scoring, and I'm gonna put Tommy Turbo. Yeah.
I'll tell you.
If his poor hamstrings can get him there.
Oh, imagine he 10 minutes.
No, I don't. Sorry, I don't wish injury on anybody. I don't want issue.
Yeah, me either.
No,
but it's happened before with him. It's happened so many times with him. Wasn't it like the second half against Souths, Manly versus Souths one year, and kick off, and he just started limping straight away.
Yeah, Elijah, my boy, what's your prediction, brother?
Yeah.
Manly 13+. I can see it in his eyes. He's killing him. It's hurting him.
Nah, I'm just thinking about how bad we've been this year. Far out. I really thought we were going to make it in the final. Can I also say, why are Panthers resting their players against the Dogs and then coming back full strength against the Dragons?
We don't know that. They could rest.
We don't know.
Well,
but they probably will. Honestly, I had a feeling. Drop ball 17 and put them all back in against Dragons.
No, I reckon they'll bring back, depending on the result tonight against the Dogs. Yeah. I reckon they'll bring back a few of them, just to the ones that I don't think they'll bring back Cleary or something. I think the ones that they really need for the finals, they will
which is the whole 17.
Just fucking stay out of the sideline. Just lose, man. Let us have something good to celebrate.
I'll tell you what.
They've won 4 in a row you had. Let us
Enough is enough. Give it to another club, not the Panthers.
No, I'll tell you what.
Cleary, you got a hold.
No, honestly, in terms of, I'll go to my tips in a second, but if I choose a team to support in the finals, it's honestly Melbourne, because I'll give you a reason why. If I look at the other teams in the finals, I'm going to go with the ladder. I'm going to give you a solid reason of why each team I don't want to win. Okay.
Just say your prediction. Get it out and done with.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay.
Get your prediction out of the way.
I'm gonna say Dragons 30 to Manly 16. I think we're gonna win 13 plus. I think it's gonna be this. I genuinely, with all my heart, think we're gonna put in a masterclass at Colgara. I tell you what, stuff. 34 points to 14, 20-point win. I'm gonna probably get this. Is probably not gonna
Statement for Jack DeBellin, isn't he running?
Yeah, exactly. For DeBellin, it's gonna be an emotional. We're gonna get up for this game. Manly trash team. I don't know how the heck they beat. They beat the Dolphins by that much, but Dolphins have been trash recently. So, I think we're gonna get up. I think we're gonna do it convincingly. I think try scores. I'm gonna say King Tonga. He's only scored 2 tries in his career, 1 this season. I'm gonna say King Tonga is gonna get over. And for Manly, give me Ben Travojevic. Last game we played against Manly was close, and we got the job done. This game at Kogarah, we just lost 40-0. We're not gonna lose. We're not gonna lose. We're gonna be so far.
Is there someone else in Manly that you guys seriously think is like we need to like look out for that guy?
Oh,
Hapawadi.
Hapawadi.
I think that back five is really strong. Lehigh, Hapawadi.
Yeah, he's a gun, bro. He'll tackle anyone.
Yeah, Travojevic. Their back five is good. Their 4-pack, I'm not really scared of. I'm gonna be honest.
No. There's actually like one forward in particular off the bench that I'm a bit worried about. Actually, 2 of them.
Aaron Shop, number 14. I just realized.
Navarro.
No, but I was saying I think Sipley is on his day he could be good, and Bullymore is a killer player.
I think
I would take him at St George any day.
Shout out to number 14 for Manly, Aaron Shop, local boy here from Wollongong. We shipped him away.
We shipped him away.
Bro's been passed around like an absolute like.
It's true, but like he was actually a gun at the Bulldogs, like.
And then he went to Titans, and his career went downhill. Like every player that goes to Titans, I feel like.
Yeah, it's like they go into witness protection, and then you never hear from them again.
I think Ben Travojevic and King Tonga to score. I think we're going to get a convincing win at Kogarah. I can feel it. I know Lucas said we're going to destroy the Rabbits last week, and so did Jackson, and we lost 40-0. But with all my heart,
I want to sing the team song at least one more time.
Once.
Oh my gosh, that Sharks game might have been DeBellin's last time. Who's gonna sing? Please be Egan singing the team song next year. I feel like he's the only person that could replicate the same passion.
Yeah,
because he's redhead.
Yeah, redhead Aussie.
Do you know why I want to win this week?
Yeah.
Actually, Julian knows what I'm gonna say. What's her name? That Manly girl that does.
Ellie.
Yeah. So every time I want somebody to be like.
Well.
Oh my.
Yeah. What's her name?
Ellie or something. I don't know.
Or Ella. I'm pretty sure it's Ella.
Ella.
Yeah. Something like that.
Anyways,
she's iconic.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, boys! If we win this weekend, we're making a TikTok of that. And we're putting it on the Sense podcast page. We're making a TikTok of us.
You know what? Because you guys convinced me.
Like the Sharks game.
I'm gonna be on the hill. I have to be on the hill.
Yes.
Because every time I end up in the grandstand, Julian's like, "Come on, you got to be on the hill," and I'm like, "Oh, all right." This week I have to be on the hill.
Yeah. People just get lazy as they get older. I'm not saying you are, but like as people get older.
Oh, Julian, just shut up. You're making it worse, bro.
As people get older, they're like, nah, fuck the hill. I'm not sitting on there.
Julian, just stop. Julian,
I'm not calling him out. I'm not calling him out, but Chris.
I just got arthritis in my knees now. Shit. I can't move.
Chris Sasteen. I don't know if he watches this, but shout out to him. I told him, come on the hill, bro. Come on. join us with the banners. And he's like, nah, man, nah, bro, I'm comfy. I'm comfy in the grandstand. I don't know. Like, that's what he said to me.
It's an
Something
awesome
like that.
grandstand, but I honestly feel like the diehards are the ones on the hill.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying you're not a diehard if you don't, but I just feel like, you know, especially like if you look at it, and this is what annoys me the most about with the games, like the TV doesn't show you the full picture. They just show the hill. You know what I'm saying? And it's like majority of the time the grandstand's actually
Yeah.
Especially
like,
when it's a rainy day. And you
yeah,
said that he
yeah,
was
like
not that
everyone's in the
hill.
grandstand.
I remember there was a
Mhm.
game against, I think it was 2022, we versus Warriors, and
Oh yeah.
and it was bucketing down rainy. It was this was Marco Molo's debut. I remember he scored on it. This was when we beat Warriors, but it was bucketing down rain, and the hill was like pretty empty in the first half. Like second half, it cleared up the rain, but the first half was pretty empty. I see like people send me pictures of the hill, and like, bro, there's nobody at the game. But I'm in the grandstand, and it's like packed. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the TV doesn't do it justice, but like I don't know. I think, boys. If is the weather going to be all right? Is it raining this week?
I
Yeah,
heard
good weather.
it's gonna be
Good weather.
good.
Oi,
I hope
boys,
it's not
come on.
windy.
34 points to 14 Dragons. We're gonna destroy Manly. I feel like we've got to usually.
I hope they give Julian the drum like last time. Remember against the Knights?
Yeah, that was pretty
That
cool.
was I might give me the drums. I'll probably put a hole through it.
Let me actually, before we head on, I want to do why I'm going for Melbourne in the finals. I'll get back to it. Oh my
Alright,
gosh!
yeah,
I just
we-
realized.
Oh
I
yeah.
just realized
Penrith.
Penrith are 7th.
Yeah,
you
that's
going
why I was
for
a bit shocked
finals?
why they rested. It's
Mate.
10-0 at half time, by the way.
Yeah. So Raiders, I don't want them to win because they would have a premiership more recently than us, and they haven't won a premiership in like 30 years.
That's
It's
who
kinda
I'm
like-
going for. I'm going for the milk.
I don't care about Canberra. If they win it, I wouldn't be upset.
That's what I mean. Like I
Oh,
don't even hate it. I don't hate it.
Dogs are dogs. That's probably the
Yeah.
least team I would want to win out of
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah.
And
Um,
Sharks.
Yeah.
Warriors.
I love the Wires. If Luke
If the Wires
Metcalf
won
didn't
the
get
team.
injured, and if they won the comp, I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
After that
Broncos,
loss,
I hate the Broncos.
after that loss against the Warriors, I've kind of,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. Like the fans went fucking
They're a bit,
nuts.
they're a bit,
Especially
yeah.
at me.
and yeah, Broncos I hate, so I do not want them to win the comp. Shout out Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth, you weasels.
Yeah.
Sharks, nah, hell no.
No way.
Sharks.
It's not even a
Penrith?
question.
Good luck winning the first week of the finals, mate.
Penrith, I'm gonna be like, oh, like it's just the same thing. I wouldn't really be mad. Penrith probably like because I feel like we're used to seeing them.
But Penrith has always been everyone's safe choice because it's like, oh, we hate every other team that was like the other three.
And like Penrith have already won 4 in a row, so what's the difference to them winning 5? You know, like
I think it's more because at the end of the day,
they want to
they are
somebody.
the greatest team of the modern era, and the only other team they compare them to is the St. George Dragons.
Well, they're not going to win 11 in a row. Don't worry.
No,
No
they
way.
won't. I would love it if they won 10 in a row and they come for 11 in a row and they lose the second in the final.
Can you imagine the Dragons beat them in the grand final? In the
Oh
11th
my
round?
God.
How funny could that be?
Yeah, bro.
Roosters, I don't want them. I hate Roosters. I do not want
No.
them to win the comp. I just think other than that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Melbourne, I feel like now that they got all the cheats off their team, I feel like there's not really one play in there I hate. I feel like I like it.
Yeah.
Munster, Green. I don't. Melbourne's just a boring choice. It's just like if they win it, it's like no one like. It's almost like no one really. It's I don't know. It's like a waste. It's like look, they've been the most consistent football club of the last 20, 25 years. It's oh man, like I want a different grand final. Like I
Must
would
be
love
hard being a Storm supporter. Must be hard making finals every year.
Oh my gosh, I'd probably need counselling. I'd just be so.
You guys-
So
well,
hard.
On that note, boys,
I
it has
guess-
been an absolute pleasure on this podcast. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you guys did enjoy, be prepared in the finals. Watch out for the finals because we're going to be doing some watch along of games.
Hell yeah.
I'll tell you what. Should I do a watch along of the Dogs and the rest of the Dogs game? You guys can leave. I might. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
Mm,
All right.
I'll
Now,
think about it.
also before we go,
Yeah.
if you guys did see during the week last week, I did give a little bit of a sneak peek of something that's coming with the Saints podcast. So please stay tuned.
Yep. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Honestly, it's been I love doing the podcast with boys. Obviously, the chat, because if you guys don't know, we have a group chat with all the Dragon Balls. Sometimes it can get a bit rough. Sometimes we have fights, but I guess we're all brothers. We're all love. Sometimes Julian hates on me. Actually, all the time Julian hates me. But at the end of the day, we're brothers.
There's a little banter within everyone. You know? Like, that's just how it is.
It's
with
more
boys.
banter.
Alex, if you're watching this, bro, come back to the chat, bro.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know, bro.
We don't know.
He's been
totally.
leaving me unopened. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if you guys,
I'll
Anyways.
message him. I'll see what he's up to.
I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much, and we're out. Peace.
Up the
the
same.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Wait, I haven't ended stream. Where's the Dragons? Give me a second. I'll be back. I got to
Up the same. He's trying to
This
find
guy.
something.
Oh my god.
Oh.
He's doing a Jeremy Lattimore.
I got to get the 2010 signed jersey.
Oh, get it.
Ooh.
Up the Saints.
And lastly, but certainly not least, up the Saints.
Up the Saints.